So the fly that we're going to tie today is pretty basic zebra midge, and you can tie these in both standard black or you can have two-tone black and red as a common. I'm going to start off with a size 10 scud hook with an 1/8 inch silver bead, and to this I'm going to add some additional weight, so just a couple of wraps here with lead underneath. Maybe do 8 wraps of lead or so. Break that off. Then I'm just going to push that lead in to secure the bead. Go back and smooth off the edge and just make sure it's in there good and secure. Then I'm going to use just some 8/0 black thread to start to secure that. I'm going to tie in right behind the lead and then bring a couple of wraps up just to get that nice and secure. And then I can break off that end section. I want to make sure I really got that end of the lead nice and smoothed out. I don't want that to poke through when I start to wrap the next set of materials in. So I'll bring that right behind the bead head, and then I'm going to add in my ribbing, and for that I'm going to use a silver wire, and this is a small silver wire. I'm just going to tie that in again right behind where the lead wraps end. Bring that all the way down to the bend in the hook, and I'm going to bring that back up to the top. Now you can, if you're tying these in smaller sizes, you can use 140 thread and really wrap the entire thing with thread and build up the body that way. Since this is going to be tied in a larger size, I'm going to save some of my thread and use floss. So I take a section of floss here, and this is just a 4-strand floss. I'm only going to use 3 strands, and I found that if you wet the ends of them, they stick together. They're a little bit more cooperative to tie in. And this I'm just going to get a couple of nice wraps and tie that in to the body, and then I'm just going to make sure that I've smoothed out any sections that I need to with the thread, and that's just going to help in the taper when I start to bring the floss up. One of the benefits of tying with floss as opposed to using your thread is I think you can get a smoother body shape when you do. So just making sure I've got all those sections smoothed off. Now you could continue to build up that thread body, but I'm just going to take a couple of strands here, and I'm just going to start wrapping these up just to smooth everything out and give me that nice uniform look. And bring that all the way to the head, and then I'm just going to tie that in. A couple wraps in front and behind, and I can trim that off. And then I'll take one more just to make sure it's good and secure. Then I can start to wrap up my wire. So just nice even segments here. I don't get too caught up in counting how many segments per size hook, but just whatever looks good to my eye. I'll take that up to right behind the bead. I'll make a couple of wraps to get that good and secure. And when I'm confident it's in, I can just take that and spin it off, and then finish up the head to this and end it with a couple of whip finishes. And I'll keep it nice and secure. And just trim that off. If you want to put a dab of head cement, you certainly can, but that is going to stay pretty tight there with just good strong whip finishes. So that is a zebra midge. Pretty easy pattern. Again, you can tie this in a couple of different shades. They do a two-tone where it's black in the front and then red, or black in the back and then red in the front. I've seen, and this is really effective pattern, especially in winter. But I fish it as a trailing fly throughout the year. Great midge pattern.